Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. So, I think originally I would say that we were looking at the end of the war in the Ukraine. But, of course, they don't want the end of the war in Ukraine. And Zelensky definitely doesn't want his money box to stop. So what we have here is Trump discussing with Putin about bringing the war to an end. And what's also happened is there's been a huge amount of disingenuity about it. Because Trump said that he'd been on a phone call to Putin about many other things, not just Ukraine, which is an important thing to point out. So he was having a chat to Zelensky, well, not to Putin, about pretty much just general world leader kind of stuff, I guess. And then obviously the war in the Ukraine popped up, and they were basically just saying, "Oh, well, I think we're agreed that, you know, we need to come to some sort of arrangement to bring it to an end and stop it," which is a valid reason. But then, the bit that got missed out was, he said in his own tweet that once he said to Putin, once I put down my phone from you, I will go and phone Zelensky to have a chat. This is the bit that the media have ignored. This is the bit that a lot of other people have ignored. And they've ignored it because it doesn't suit their agenda. Anyone surprised? No, nor me. So, this means that the narrative is, well, there can't be any peace in the Ukraine without Zelensky being involved. Even though, of course, as I've just said, phone calls were made that basically said, once we've finished having a chat here, mate, I'll phone Zelensky and we'll see what we can do. Now, Zelensky himself said that he'd had a good chat with Trump. So, okay, so everything's going great. Then Europe come out. Old Stalin and Macron and the German knobhead. Oh, we're all going to stand with it. And then all of a sudden, Zelensky changes his tune. Now it's, we need a European army. Which was a bit strange. And now there's going to be an emergency meeting between Macron, Stalin, and I can't remember the name of the German dude, because we need to have an important chat about European security. So the possibility of peace, because everybody's making presumptions about how this is all going to pan out. Those who hate Trump and hate Putin are immediately, well, he's going to give this, that, and the other. Why are you all making these presumptions with zero facts? There's been a preliminary chat between Trump and Putin. That's it. Nothing else. And Trump has spoken to Zelensky. But that's it. That's as far as it's got. Nothing else has happened. No one knows. Yet the European leaders seem to be convinced, he's going to give, Russia's going to win and he's going to give them this, that, and the other, when they don't know. But they'd rather have a meeting and pontificate against peace to keep a war going. Just let that sink in for a minute. European leaders don't want to even entertain the possibility of peace. They'd rather maintain a war. Because no peace deal, literally, it's been 2 phone calls, probably no longer than half an hour each. And the entire world, no, let's rephrase that. The left waffer European governments and the media have already decided what it's all going to be and how it's all going to pan out, even though no one knows. No one knows. Trump doesn't know. Putin doesn't know. Zelensky doesn't know. No one knows. But our European leaders and our media do. Make that make sense. Try and make it to be understand to me how there is the slither of a possibility of at the end of a meat grinder for both sides of a war. But we don't want that. We want to prolong war. We want to encourage war. We want to keep it going. And I need to understand why that happens and how that works. Because to me, it seems that we're very determined in Europe to continually to keep a war and, if possible, escalate that war. And that's worrying. The situation was bad enough as it was, but now it's getting to a level where the United States of America doesn't want to be involved anymore. It doesn't want to be involved in protecting Europe because Europe take the piss. And they do. Don't argue, they do. The Ukrainian war, Russia started it. Instead of just going on the media-generated thing, go back and do a little bit of research. Do some reading. Ignore what the telly tells you. Ignore what your politicians tell you. Ignore what left-wing personalities tell you. Go and do a bit of reading. Go and do a bit of understanding instead of just being spoon-fed the bullshit that you believe. And then when you've done that, come back and tell me who started the war. Because when you do look at it like that, you might find that you've been chewing the wrong side. Now, straight away, I've said that. You can hear the comment section blowing up with, Putin apologist. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. What Putin has done is wrong. And it is wrong. But don't start throwing stones in glass houses when you really don't have a grasp of exactly who did what to who. And the fact that this could be quite easily stopped. Now, Boris Johnson's did a tweet going on about this, that and the other, and this, that and the other. Now, remember that just as this was all kicking off, there was an opportunity where Moscow, Putin and Zelensky were talking, and there was a possibility that the war was going to stop there and then. But Boris Johnson, the then Prime Minister of the UK, went and spoke to him and persuaded him not to take a deal. Please explain that to me. Please explain it to me why European leaders are absolutely 100% determined to carry on this war and, if they can, escalate it. I will do a video on the speech by J.D. Vance, because what J.D. Vance said is true. And you can tell it's true because of the frigging meltdown that the left wing have had over it. Because he's right. And they're doing it now. They are ignoring the populace. And they want this forever war. Not Stalin, actually. Was it Stalin or was it Sunak? One of the other two, you know. And before everybody goes, look, Labour and Conservative, they're the same cheeks of the same arse. You know what I mean? And he said, we should put British, I think it was Stalin actually, we should put British troops in there. Yeah, that's right. And then really trigger why? And I need, again, someone to explain this to me, is why they're so determined to provoke Russia. Why do they want this war? Are we not dying quick enough? Because I get this impression that everything that's happening recently, being more accelerated now here in the UK, is an attempt to thin the population out. They want to get rid of our food supplies so we become more reliant on other people. They want to get rid of our energy supplies so we become reliant on more people. So we become poor and destitute and we can't eat. We can't have the heating on. We can't have the lighting on. The NHS is going to collapse because it's too busy spending shitloads of money on stuff it doesn't need, treating immigrants before everybody else, and couldn't give a shit. They literally, as if they just want us to die. But clearly we're not complying, and completely we're not doing it quick enough. So now what we want to do is kick off a war that will obliterate half of us. As I bring this video to a close, the last question which you can answer in the comment section is an important one. Very important one. Why do European leaders not want peace? 2 videos popping up. One will be the last one I uploaded. The other one will be the one that the gods of YouTube with the mighty algorithm will have selected just for you. So why deny the algorithm? If you enjoyed this video, you agree with what I'm saying, or you just are one of the 60% who watch my videos and haven't subscribed, why not? Just hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a penalty? Doesn't cost you a penny, I meant. My God, it's Sunday. My language has just gone. It was my son's birthday party yesterday. That's all I'm saying. If you've done that, you can hit the like button, and you can talk in the comment section. And all of these will help the channel. There are other ways you can help the channel. Not going to say about it. Links to that down below, and you're all aware of it. Any case, enough of that. I'm done. So, until the next one.